The United States is a very strange place. Marijuana is illegal, along with suicide, yet some in the United States are legally in possession of fully automatic weapons. The craziness only begins with what I just mentioned. In fact, there is much, much more. These are 10 things that aren't illegal in the U.S., but seem like they should be. Number 10. Wearing a colander on your head for your driver's license photo. This was proven to be legal in Utah after a woman in Utah was allowed to wear a colander on her head for her driver's license photograph. Headgear and hats are not normally allowed for your driver's license photograph, but there's an exception for religious headwear, and in one woman's case, her Pastafarian belief in the flying spaghetti monster allowed her to wear this for an official photograph. Number 9. Driving with an open container of alcohol in Mississippi. According to the National Conference of State Legislatures, Mississippi is the only state in the United States where it is legal to drive with an open container of alcohol. However, in Mississippi, DUIs still come with harsh penalties. But with that being said, if you do want to drive around with an open beer bottle while not drinking any of it, that seems to be just fine. Number 8. Swearing at police officers. If you swear at a police officer in the United States while not committing any other crime, the First Amendment should shield you from arrest, even if your state has laws against profanity. However, there is an exception to this. You could be cited for disorderly conduct if your swearing incites violence in public. Number 7. Flipping off police officers. Similar to swearing, this gesture is protected under the First Amendment. In 2011, the ACLU won a case on behalf of a driver in Denver who flipped off a police officer. The harassment charge against the driver was dropped, and the flipping off gesture became designated as quote-unquote protected free speech. With that being said, don't go around doing this, unless you want to have to rely on the ACLU to bail you out every time in court. Number 6. Flashing your lights to warn others about speed traps. In February 2014, a U.S. court ruled that motorists flashing their lights to warn other drivers about nearby police is an act protected by their First Amendment rights. However, before the ruling, U.S. police could stop drivers who flashed their high beams because it was classified as interfering with a police investigation. Number 5. Driving barefoot. While driving without shoes is probably not a good idea, it's also not illegal in any U.S. state. While your lack of footwear on its own won't get you a ticket, if police find it somehow contributed to an accident, you could end up with a citation for negligent or reckless driving. Number 4. Walking around while high. You can't legally drive while high in the United States, but harmlessly walking around while high isn't illegal. Public intoxication laws vary greatly among states, but in general, they encompass both alcohol intoxication and being under the influence of substances, such as THC. However, most state intoxication laws don't apply unless you quote-unquote breach the peace by harassing others or endangering yourself in a public place. Number 3. Ignoring traffic signs. Depending on which state you live in, it may be perfectly legal to run a stop sign on private property. In many states, stop signs are only enforceable when an automobile is quote-unquote operated on a street or highway. However, other states may extend traffic sign laws to private property that is open to the public, such as shopping malls and store parking lots. Number 2. Spitting on cars that are incorrectly parked. Assuming you don't actually cause damage, spitting on a badly parked car won't get you jail time, but it can get you a slap on the wrist in some states. Number 1. Using a radar detector. A radar detector is an electronic device used by motorists to detect if their speed is being monitored by police or law enforcement. Most radar detectors are used so the driver can reduce their car's speed before being ticketed for speeding. While police in the United States hate radar detectors, they remain legal everywhere in the United States except Virginia and in the District of Columbia. For more top lists just like this, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you want to keep up with our latest videos, hit that bell icon on mobile. Or if you're on desktop, hit the gear icon and check Send Me All Notifications. It really helps us out. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you all next time.